And we have returned to Katawa Shoujo, people. I'm full of energy. That's a lie. Hanako nods, but still looks a bit put off. Oh. What did I say? Now that I can get a look at her face, something about her seems a bit different. I'm not sure if my eyes are playing tricks on me, but she looks kind of nice. Wait, what? No, right. Her eyes move upwards to me, to look at me. Yeah, was it, but... Before quickly flicking down again. I begin to think this is going to be a rather quiet meeting, but the waitress thankfully arrives and sets down a cup of tea in front of Hanako. Hanako almost automatically turns slightly away and lowers the side of her head. It's an amazingly practiced motion, and does a good job of its intended purpose, hiding her scars from someone who's leaning in close. Her right arm is still laying on the table though, with the scarring on the back of her hand quite visible. It catches the waitress's eye, and I move to quickly distract her. Do it! Excuse me, may I place an order? The waitress nods and gives me a couple of seconds to look at the menu. Could I have a mango smoothie, please? Mango? What are you? Oh, good God. How about chocolate? Or fudge? Is there a fudge smoothie? I don't know. If it hasn't been made, then I've made $1 million idea. $1 million? £1 million? Jesus Christ, man. She gives a nod before almost enthusiastically bouncing inside. Oh. She liked my idea. Everything is so different in the city, in more ways than one. Why, what's the difference? The amount of tall buildings in this area, or the lack of trees? Hanako looks back up towards me and adjusts her hat a little. If she noticed the waitress staring at her scars, she doesn't show it. Not coffee? I think I'd die from this heat if I had something like coffee right now. LOL. Resting my head in my hand, I look to my quiet companion. She seems taken aback, a very unexpected reaction to my lame joke. An unwelcome emotion bubbles up inside me as I realize her reason why. Okay, shine some light on my mind. Unlike most in Yamaku, indeed unlike anyone near that I'm aware of, my condition goes beyond limiting the activities I can do. Or to be more precise, breaching those limits could have much more grave consequences. Oh, I don't know. Thankfully, it's something that's very rarely come up since I entered Yamaku. I thought that it was so rare that Hanako Nili might not think of it at all. It turns out that I was wrong. Oh! Right. She's not into black comedy. Hanako silently drinks her tea while I wait for my drink, confirming that it's the right temperature with a small sip before she begins in earnest. I feel guilty for being the cause of an uncomfortable silence. Well, say something! Since in the past I've been kind of hard on Hanako for those. Damn you. She's locked us in a trap without even knowing it. Wait, don't show it. We can't give her any satisfaction. Eventually, the same waitress as before bounces up, handing me my drink. I gather change from my pocket and drop it into her waiting hand before she goes off to attend to another customer. My eyes linger on her as she walks away. Do you think that she looks pretty? Hanako is following my gaze, her eyes taking in the waitress that served us. I can feel my blood slowly going to my cheeks as I rest my smoothie on the table. We must find something. Miss out. You're the talker here. Nah, can't really say that I'm into that look. She just looked a lot like an old friend I knew before my heart attack. We've done it. Did you have many friends? I had a few at my previous school, though I wouldn't say a lot. The four of us just hung around together after school and stuff. Do you still talk to them? I shake my head. No, we gradually lost contact while I was stuck in the hospital. Bastards! You're not saddened by that? Or angry? No, it would just show who your friends are. Hanako looks genuinely surprised. I guess it's the right reaction. Well, life did move on for them while I was stuck in the ward. I was pretty sore about it at the time, but now it's just a bunch of nice memories. Besides, once I came to Yamaku, I found new friends as well. That's quite a whitewash of what my feelings were back then. I went through some dark times during my stay at the hospital, and I really am glad that Hanako and Lily were around to help me after I left it. My god. Hanako blushes as we both get down to enjoying our drinks. She seems to have calmed down since I arrived, and I've started to feel a little better now that I've had the chance to rest a bit. So this is getting to be a nice outing already. They said indeed. Even if she's calmer than before, though she's still fidgeting a bit. She runs her hand down one of her bangs as I try to think of something to say. That's right, I was going to ask. Eh? Hanako tilts her head quizzically. I said that wrong myself. I didn't know you had a mobile phone. How'd you get my number? Well, maybe Lily. Or Kira. Oh, Lily. Lily gave it to me. I should have guessed, you twit. You know, you could have just asked. I'd have given it to you. Want to exchange email addresses? Hanako nods, setting down her drink and fishing out her phone from her pocket as I do the same. It's surprisingly the same model as mine. Pink though. Nice phone. She looks to me with a curious expression before noticing my phone and giggling. It's one of the very few times I've seen Hanako let her guard down enough to do such a thing. Lovely. I didn't pick it out myself though. Oh? It was a present from Lily. I never really needed a phone, and I couldn't afford one. She bought me one for Christmas, though, saying that we could use it to keep in touch. Well, that girl is loaded with money. 20,000 yen in her purse, and gave it away like no tomorrow. They see each other basically every day anyway, both in and out of school. Then again, Lily does have her class representative duties and other friends that she talks with. It'd probably help for situations like this too, when she's gone away for a while. There we are, butchered that. First line I butchered, which is a surprise in this episode. Lily's a very special person to you, isn't she? What was your first guess? She is. I love her very much. Hanako looks down and smiles as she thinks of her. None of my friendships were as deep as theirs, and I have to admit to myself that I'm a little jealous of their relationship. We tell each other our email addresses and thumb them into our respective phones, and I get Hanako's number from earlier and put it into my contact list. Done. That makes 3 now. I'm guessing the third one is Akira? 3. Lily, Akira, and you. Ah, Akira. She's an interesting person, isn't she? She is. She's also really nice, though. Her suit makes her look a bit cool. I'm a little surprised you know each other well. What with her job taking up so much of her time? Hanako looks down a little and takes another sip of her drink. If I wasn't looking intently at her face, I'd miss the small smile perched on it. I guess when she knows so few people, those she knows must mean a lot to her. How many do you have? Oh God, What's a good number? Say about... I'd say 8. Say 8. Do you have 8? Me? About 9 or 10. Oh... Yeah, go with that. I hesitate to go into them for fear of rubbing in fact that Hanako doesn't have parents, or apparently even close relatives. 2 of those are Shizune and Misha too, which is another can of worms. Oh god. I imagine that Lily would have more than both of us put together, probably. Hanako gives a childish giggle, and I can't help smiling. Yeah, it's a good feeling that she's gotten this comfortable around me. At times like this, I feel like I'm getting close to talking to her true self. Yeah, I've read that right. Do you mind if I ask you something that I've been wondering? Hanako shakes her head as she takes a last sip of her tea, finishing it off. You didn't My god, my voice is dying. You don't seem very jealous of Lily having lots of friends. Don't you want to make some more friends yourself? Or get to know some of hers? I'm not jealous. I don't like people. Fair enough. You're not the only one. So I don't mind not having many friends. Well, I like people, but, the people that are full of themselves, That's really not the answer that I was expecting. She doesn't look fearful or sad as she says this, but rather quite serious. Fair enough. Hanako rubs her arm awkwardly, having taken my quietness as a reason to continue. I'm not really sure what I should say, so I end up simply giving her my attention in silence. In middle school, oh god, I feel like she's forcing this out now. In middle school, I got bullied a lot. I was called names and got excluded from work groups and sports teams. There were worse things too. Okay. And that's what made you not like other people? Well, that does explain the not working in groups, though. She shakes her head. Oh? That was elementary school. I feel bad for bringing this up now. Oh god, adults have enough problems dealing with Hanako's scarring. Children would be all the worse. I had assumed... My god, I'd assumed that the way she tried to make her presence not felt... Okay. Was just to avoid people staring at her, or because she was afraid of them. Certainly not because she generally didn't want to interact with them in the first place as well. Well, I swear you came to that assumption a while ago, though. I noticed the condensation, yes, from my neglected smoothie forming a little puddle around the bottom of the cup, so I take the opportunity to finish it off. I remembered the words. Goddamn, I remembered them. As I drink, she begins to fiddle with her phone. It looks like she's remembered the people around her again and begun to tense up. Oh god. So, use your initiative. It isn't exactly a cheap phone. I had to save up for quite a while to afford one when I got mine. If Lily went to a private school, she probably wouldn't have too much trouble getting one for a present, though. What the hell would that have to do with anything? Watching her fiddle with it gives me an idea. Hey, Hanako, wait for me. I'll be right back. Meh? I put the now empty cup down, slip my phone into my pocket, and begin to move off, carefully stepping around the bag I'd placed beside my feet. Thankfully, sitting around while talking to Hanako has helped me feel a lot better than before. Wait, what? Where are you going? Just stay here. I'll be back in a bit. confusion. Wait, that was very quick. As much as I'd have liked to have jogged back, I know full well that I couldn't. I end up walking back to the cafe, a little blue bag. What? I end up walking back to the cafe, a little blue bag in my right hand. Hanako notices me quickly, looking about as confused as she did when I left. I deposit the diminutive bag in front of her and sit back down. Is this? It's for you. You can open it. But... Go on. She looks very unsure about it, but eventually gives in. Slowly opens the bag and picks its contents out. It's a flower! A silver chain phone strap dangles from her fingers, ending in a delicate flower. It isn't exactly a master work of jewellery, but it's about as much as I could afford. Hanako's eyes light up when she looks at it. It's the kind of reaction I was hoping for. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. The summer sun's light glints off the silver as it twists to and fro a little. It's not too... Dear God, I can't be bothered for Google Translate. Onstatious, but still looks a little charming. I think it suits her well. Hanako lowers the phone strap to the table and looks to me once more. How lovely. But it's not Christmas or my birthday. It's fine, don't worry about it. I just thought it might be nice to have something to decorate your phone with. I don't have anything to give you. Well, I told you, it's fine. Friends can give things to each other like this sometimes, right? Friends. Hanako lowers her face so much that I can't see her expression. She eventually nods before taking her phone and fiddling with the strap to attach it properly. She looks to me and smiles as she holds up her phone, now adorned with a little flower. Thank you, Xaydam. The smile proves infectious. Out at the corner of my eye, I notice a couple getting up and leaving. That reminds me that the bus back to the town below Yamako will be coming soon. Really? That does? I guess I'd better be going if I want to catch the next bus back to Yamako. You coming as well? Yes. She hastily nods before carefully putting her phone back into her pocket and getting out of her chair. I do the same and pick up the bag I'd left beside me on the way out. I thought it was going to be a transition. We walk side by side as we make our way to the bus station, exchanging no words between us. Hanako's gaze is firmly locked ahead of her, though she looks very happy with herself. I'm not sure what I should say to her, but I'm also not sure that I need to say anything. The fact that Hanako is happy, and happy because of me, is enough to make the load on my arm feel light as a feather. Katawa! Okay. Oh my God. Where's this black mouse? Finally reaching the classroom after the usual walk from the dormitories, I step inside. My eyes immediately turn to the third seat from the left in the back row, Hanako's seat. And is she there? It's empty. Bollocks. And after glancing around the classroom, it looks like she isn't here yet. The two girls from the newspaper club are here in the two seats to the left of Hanako's, as are Shizune and Misha, but that's about it. What? I butchered that. We exchange morning greetings before I take my seat. I have to admit that this is a bit of a relief. This gives me at least a few more minutes to think. About what, you cheeky devil?